There's growing outrage over the death of 25-year-old Preeti Rathi, who died in Mumbai on Saturday, a month after an acid attack on her. The culprits are still on the run. The Maharashtra Home Minister has assured the family of a thorough probe. But the family now says they will not perform Preeti's last rites till the government orders a proper investigation. Acid was flung on Preeti by some unknown people as she got off the New Delhi-Mumbai Garib Rath Express at the Bandra terminus on the morning of the 2nd of May. The Maharashtra government has announced a compensation of 2 lakh rupees, but BJP leader Sushma Swaraj slammed the government, saying the compensation is paltry. Sushma Swaraj tweeted saying, "The acid attack on Preeti Rathi and her death is very painful. Unfortunately, the culprit is still at large. A compensation of mere 2 lakh rupees by the Maharashtra government is grossly inadequate and adds insult to the injury."
मैं ये चाहती हूँ दिल्ली निवासिया में जो दर्द पैदा हुआ वो मेरी बेटी के प्रति तो उसको सजा दिलाओ जल्द से जल्द और मैं अपने हाथा से सजा दूंगी जी मेरी बेटी को शांति मिलेगी नहीं।
अभी हमने आधे घंटे का समय और दिया है उनको, अगर वो नहीं मानते तो फिर हमें मजबूरन होकर के और सबके साथ हमें रोड पर उतरना पड़ेगा।
A horrific story that a girl attacked with acid a month ago at a train station in Mumbai, succumbing to those injuries on Saturday. And there on your screens you can see pictures of her family staging protests and saying that they will not perform the girl's last rites till the government assures them that there will be a proper investigation into that horrific incident. Remember, the culprits are still on the run. And tracking that story for us is my colleague Sonal Mehrotra, who now joins us on the phone line. Sonal, of course, this is an unimaginable tragedy, and what makes it a lot worse is the fact that the men who did it are on the run and the police have absolutely no clue about their identity.
Absolutely, that's the main concern over here, Neha. But what we can tell you at this point is the fact that the highway, which had been blocked with the corpse of the girl and the family relatives, that has now been vacated. They have all moved towards the cremation ground to perform the last rites on the girl. Now, as I speak to you, I'm standing with various relatives and everybody of the family who still seem to be in a very, very traumatic stage. But what's happened really at this point is that the SDM of the area has been able to convince them to vacate the highway to perform the last rites, assuring them that the due course of law and the necessary steps required and all those requirements and the demands that of the family that had been put forward will be met with. So one truce one can call has been met, but as I speak to the administration here also, who's very, very nervous about this entire incident, Neha, they have been trying to control the situation since morning, but it had completely gone out of their hands. The highway had remained blocked for several hours. And now they seem to be saying that, there is a truce met, but they will be ensuring that their demands are taken higher up and the girl gets the due justice which her family demands for. Now, the SDM of the area I was speaking with little while back says he completely refused to be on camera, and he said that, we're very nervous. We just want them to perform the last rites. We want things to cool down, and then we'll take due course of law. But that's the fear that I'm getting from the other end. The family members that I speak with who say that, once it's all going to go back in the back burner, these people are, insensitive towards what happened. For no fault of hers, really, the girl was thrown acid on, and now she's kind of, had to pay the price with her life. So very, very tragic incident here. The family here also, Neha, seems to be blaming the Mumbai police and the administration in which the investigations have been carried on. Perhaps the reason why they had been demanding for a CBI probe. Remember, this happened in a railway platform. They say there was CCTV footage there. The police should have examined. The culprit should have been behind bars. But leave apart, the police, Delhi police, Mumbai police hasn't been able to identify the men as yet. So it's a grave, the nature of this tragedy is really grave. And the family, that's, no doubt why they're so outraged with this entire event. But currently what seems to have, there seems to have been a truce. They've moved away from the highway. They've come to the cremation ground. Very shortly we will perhaps have the last rites be performed. And then the family, as assured by the SDM and administration of this area, be taking forth this case. But truly, despite this happening, we must ensure that stories like these don't get lost, Neha, because it's really crucial with the way these things are going on.
Absolutely. One can't even imagine, Sonal, what the family must be going through at this point in time, losing their daughter in such horrific circumstances. Also, Sonal, there has been a lot of criticism of the compensation that the Maharashtra government has offered the family.
Yes, certainly. They say, the family says that absolutely there was no kind of the relief. The girl, they say, was actually on her way to become, to serve as a medical, serve as a medical student, as somebody who was going forward to join in the force and to apply and to give her services as, in medicine to the force. And they say it's outrageous. She was there. She'd gone with her family to join, to, just ensure that a new life, what seemed to be her new life come across and, start a new journey altogether. But there seems to be a dead end. And exactly why they say there has been no support by the family. They say, first, the police. The Mumbai police hasn't been able to provide them, hasn't been able to nab the culprits. And second, the attitude of the government, even after they realized that the girl had lost her life. So they say, it's completely not on. If she was going to join the government services, there would have been so many other ways in which she would have been taken care of. But now all that is lost. So completely, the family, not perhaps wrong in this case, to being so furious at both the administration and also the police for taking this, not taking care of this matter and this entire case that it should have been.